Hi, I'm Laura and welcome to the Tarot Genie for this week's lesson in the cards of the tarot. As you may notice, I'm not in my usual home. Actually, I sold my house about 10 days ago and I'm right now visiting my daughter outside Charleston, South Carolina. She and her husband happen to be away for the weekend, so if you hear a cat and a dog in the background, I've got these distractions. Also, I have limitations on what I can do with the cards in my other video. But today, I can still go ahead, and I wanted to also thank everyone for your patience. I have taken off a couple of weeks. This past month of, say, mid-March to mid-April was extremely busy, intense, emotionally turbulent in a variety of ways. Lots of things going on in my personal life and moving, etc. So I just needed to have a break, and I'm also revamping everything I'm doing. So anyway, back to the cards of the tarot. This week we're looking at the Three of Wands. Now, as always, the wands relate to passion and purpose, creativity, and the three in particular is the number of creation. Threes, if you remember the major arcana, the Empress, is the epitome of giving birth, of creation. And what we have here, though, in this particular image is we see this, what could be, well, it appears to be a man or a merchant who is gazing out over this vista. And he's up on a cliff and he's in between, well, these two wands. He's firmly grasping one of the wands, but the wands, you will note, are firmly implanted in the ground. And that suggests the idea of a firm commitment to some particular project or idea. And also what you see in the background, you see these purple mountains. It's a little bit hard to tell. Let me bring it up a little bit closer. And I often associate with purple mountains with spiritual aspirations, etc. But we have here, he has the red cloak, red shoes. For me, that always represents passion and purpose. We've got the yellow illuminated background, so we get the sense of clarity and insight. So this is a project that has been well thought out. As presented in the Two of Wands, that particular image represented kind of conceiving the ideas, coming up with the ideas. Number three, and sorry for the cat moving around in the background, the number three again relates to actually something being put into fruition. Something is created, something is, and what he also is already set in motion. Those were the words I was trying to look for. You'll also notice there's some ships there in the background, and we get the idea that he has put his ships out to sea. So right now he is contemplating the activities he's done so far, the fruition he's gathering, and then kind of letting things go and see what the next manifestation will be. So you get the idea of this setting your ships out to sail and awaiting what's going to happen next. And also important to note the buds of growth on each of these wands. Again, the idea of creativity, of growth, of expansion. Let me see if there's anything else. Well, those are some of the key concepts. The idea of expansion, of opportunities, having that large perspective, that vista, that panoramic view of things. So someone who is really has a great vision. It's a visionary as well. So there's a kind of similarities between the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. But with the Three of Wands, we get the idea that it's the next step. Things have started to happen, while the Two of Wands is coming up with ideas. This card and this image is also associated with optimism, threshold, success, exploration, opportunities, new ventures, that elevated view. Now, if the card were to appear reversed in a particular reading, and again, the interpretation always is adjusted and is reflected in the particular question that you ask and the position that the card lands in the spread. But if this card were reversed, and say you were asking about a particular business venture opportunity, this might suggest that there might be a stalling point. Things might be stymied for a moment. Or there was a lack of vision or lack of sufficient planning, lack of sufficient foresight, not being really clear on where, what the first steps were. Those first steps that were taken were not going to be as fruitful as would have been hoped. Also the idea of delays, etc. Failed expectations, pessimism, that those meanings could be associated with the card should it appear reversed. Let me see if there's anything else that comes to mind. Also this, if you see his headband, that's surrounding his third chakra, or no, I'm not sorry, not the third chakra, the sixth chakra. And that deals with the crown, the crown chakra. He's also leaning on these wands for support. Overall, when it's upright, it's an auspicious card. It's a positive card. And here's this cat that is walking over. I have no control over this crazy kitten. It's my daughter's kitten and is shaking the, please move, Ash, is shaking. Oh, and now he's going to appear in front of the camera because he's just crazy. Sorry about that. I don't usually have cats in my videos, and my dog is not able to walk. Cats can get everywhere. But the important thing here, just to reiterate, are the ships set forth at sea. So you've got the idea of something put into motion and that panoramic view. The particular song that I recommend to go with this card is a song by Enya. I think it's called Sail Away. So I will include the link to that YouTube video. It's a beautiful song. Until next time, illumine your mind, inspire your life with the tarot.